right, we'll go ahead and jump back to the East Coast. We got a great series going out there. We got the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. Man, New York Knicks are up 2-1. BC, what's going on with this one, man? This is an interesting series.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I was gonna say like most of these series have been some of them. You have your series like OKC and Memphis where it's just like okay, yeah, we all predicted this. But some of these ones though too, where even the close ones, it's pretty neck and neck for most of them. And I mean, as far as New York, like I expected them to handle business. Like I expected them to have the lead, but Detroit's done a pretty good job of keeping these games close. Like the biggest lead or the biggest margin of victory in the series was 11 points in game one. And after that, it's been 6 and then 2. So it's been like Detroit's done a really good job. Like shout out to them. Like they've a lot of people. I think it's all safe to say none of us expected them to be this good this year. Like yeah, Cade
No,
Cunningham, we
no.
expected to take steps. We expected him to have a really great season, which he has. And, shout out to him. But really, a lot of the role players have stepped up in Detroit, and they've kind of taken a lot of the crap that people have said on Twitter personally, and they've done a really great job of just really overachieving this season, and I mean it's a good sign for them. It's a franchise that has really struggled
We're
for
on
a
the
long
rise.
time, yeah, since the mid 2000s. Once Rashid and Ben Wallace, all those guys like retired, like they've been struggling. So it's a positive sign for them. However, again, New York's New York. They're the guys with all the star power. It's funny to me how this series is a lot closer than the I was gonna say than the Pacers and Bucks. According again, I've got ESPN pulled up over here. 53-67. Like how like this one's a lot closer than the Bucks one. So it's like it just kind of astonishes me the way ESPN like analytics does their things. But
It's in
it
favor
is
for who? For the Knicks?
uh, yeah, so it's a slimmer margin in favor of the team with the 2-1 lead versus Indiana and Milwaukee, who it's in favor of the team down 2-1. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like and it's a wider margin. But yeah, Cade Cunningham, he's averaging 26 in this series. Brunson also averaging 26. So it's been oh no, that's on the season. My bad. I gotta pull up the postseason stats there. But both teams have been balling out. It's been a close series so
Right.
far, and I believe tomorrow I think it's at 1 p.m. We're gonna get game four. So, but shout out to Detroit, New York. I mean, New York's staying on the business, but Detroit's been doing everything they can to stay in this one.
Yeah, I was picking Detroit actually to pull off the upset in this one over New York. But I love me some Jalen Brunson. I can't lie. I wish he would have stayed in Dallas. I think he is an amazing player. He's a great franchise player. So I will not be upset if they do advances because I love his game. I like the person. I think Jalen Brunson's just awesome. But I'm picking Detroit still in this one. I like the grittiness of Detroit. I think that they're just going to be able to outlast New York.
The new grit and grind, you could say.
Yeah.
No, same
What
here.
about you,
Same here.
Unite?
No, I like Detroit for sure, and you just look at the stats, right? Because like I was watching this game in and out. One, I would say that New York showed its veteran status, and they came out punching this game, while Detroit was
Right.
taking a back seat into the second half. But I give props to Detroit. They're a young team, right? They have a few veteran leaders, but they're a young team. But they still come out in the second half, and they come out punching. Even though it was a close game back to back, the whole game for sure. But
Yep.
I feel like Detroit sometimes does play like their age, though. They
yeah,
don't play like
100%.
they don't play like veterans sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it shows. It shows. And in this game, I really got to put the fault on Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris has shown year after year after year that he
Yep.
can be super inconsistent. He showed it this game.
Yep.
32 minutes, 2 for 9 in field goals, 1 for 3 in threes, 6 rebounds, 5 points.
Yeah, can
That
happen.
is literally the difference maker in this game. Detroit
Yeah,
lost by 2. If you make 2 more shots, you guys win.
Yep.
Don't want to really put it on anybody. It's always a team effort, but sometimes, you got to call a spade a spade.
Correct.
right.
And right now, Tobias Harris, you did not have a good game 3. It happens. You better bounce back game 4 because you guys are at home. You're a role player. You better show out. You better make more than 5 points. You better have 10 points in this game.
Right, and that Detroit crowd's going to bring it too. So, like, I agree. I think they bounce back next game.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, as I will say this, like I know you guys are kind of leaning more towards Detroit in this one. I think that Detroit's able to get the win back at home. But I will say that I think Game 6, I think they tied up here, but I think Game 6 is going to be the one that decides the series. And New York, for all the crap we've been kind of saying so far, they have a winning record on the road. So like they do a good job of being able to kind of silence the crowd a little bit, the away crowd. And I think that Game 6, when they play back in Detroit, I think that that's going to be the difference maker. And I think that they'll be, if they don't pull it out in Game 5, if they have to have a do or die situation, I see them still pulling it out in Game 6, and I think that that's where they'll seal it.
Yeah, and I think if New York does take the next game tomorrow,
yep,
I think the series is done. I think it's done.
Yeah,
because I think the inexperience is
So
just
much
going
do
to
or die
show.
for them. Yeah, I can get on board with that.